I hope y'all got y'all tea, because I got mine. It says the United Cajun Navy releases new photos. Nolan Wells? I don't know. But I know I see a logo on this. And the logo says TMZ. So when I hear TMZ, that lets me know I need to take everything with a grain of salt. Are the times going to add up? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I'm just conveying the information that's out here, y'all. But when you look into these comment sections, the people is not feeling it. But before we get into it, y'all make sure y'all hype this video. Y'all make sure y'all are clicking that subscribe button. And y'all make sure y'all keep Nolan Wells' family in y'all prayers. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
New photos just dropped in the Nolan Wells case. The United Cajun Navy has released their working report. The first image shows the original boat configuration. The report identifies boat number 1, boat number 2 and 3, and boat X, with Warren shown on Palm Beach. In this later image, boat X is no longer visible. The report says the boat configuration changed, but it cannot determine exactly when boat X left, where.
Hey, while y'all bullshitting, I'm looking at them flags that's out there. Not every flag was a USA flag. Some of them flags mean something else.
It went, or whether it's connected to Nolan's disappearance. Next, Nolan was reported to have arrived at Horn Island on the Triton. Here's one of the newly released images from the United Cajun Navy. Then
this is a newly released image from the United Cajun Navy, which tells us nothing.
Comes the shoreline photo represented as being taken around 4:50 p.m. By this point, boat number 2 is no longer in its earlier position, creating another checkpoint in the timeline. The report also references separate videos displaying times of approximately 3:23 and 4:27. Those timestamps have not yet been authenticated, but investigators say they could become important if verified. Now look at these witness statements. One places Nolan with a group around 5 p.m. Another witness disputes that account entirely. And finally, Caitlin B says her group was parked next to the area and that Nolan was nowhere in sight when they left around 7:30. The biggest takeaway, according to the United Cajun Navy, these images don't solve the case, but they do document changing boat positions, add a new timeline, and highlight the unanswered gap investigators are still trying to explain.
So they saying the reason why we haven't got the Mississippi autopsy on Nolan Wells is because they don't fall up under the public autopsy law, meaning they don't have to give it out to the public.
Nolan Xavier Wells' autopsy report back today. Let's get into it. Today is August 3rd, 2026. Okay, so listen to me. The guy that runs the Cajun Navy, who was on scene, on boots on ground when Nolan Wells was found, he had something to say about the autopsy report. Let me get into it. He literally says that Mississippi does not fall under the public autopsy law. So if the parents don't want you to ever know about his autopsy, you ain't gonna know. Listen.
But in Mississippi, an autopsy in Mississippi does not fall under the public records law. So if they want to keep it secret, they may keep it secret. I don't know.
He also stated that Nolan was found in the water, but I thought he was found on land. I'm super confused. Listen to this clip.
Call your planes down. We've got a body in the water.
Okay, let me know what y'all think in the comments.
The only thing I could think of is that damn Stacy Turner is hiding something. That's all I could think of. No throat, no organs, no lungs. Man, something suspicious. With red discoloration in the back of the head. Man, stop playing, man.
I have a problem with the where and the who discovered Nolan Xavier Wells on July 6th, 2026. Let's start with the who. A National Park Ranger Service is the one that anonymously discovered Nolan Wells on July 6th, 2026 on the northwestern tip of Horn Island. The reason I have an issue with this is, why are they anonymous? Official documentation during active ongoing investigations require identification. This is not a random person. This is someone paid for by federal tax dollars. And if that is part of your job, and you discover a missing person or someone who was reported missing, why would their name not be released? We know other names have been released in law enforcement. The sheriff that said that we don't suspect foul play at the very beginning. Other officers' names were brought up. Why the one that discovered Nolan Wells? Why is this National Park Ranger Service individual, why is his or her name being withheld? In the where? Cajun Navy officials were flying around for 2 days looking for Nolan Wells. And all of a sudden, just a National Service Park Ranger just makes their way through and goes, oh, there he is. Now, there's some speculation that they missed him the first time as they walked by, but then saw him the second time. But not a boater saw him, not a camper saw him. No one saw him, not the United Cajun Navy officials. They didn't see him as he was flying over. The park ranger is the one that discovered him. Out of the blue, not from aerial view, from the bird's eye view, but from ground. And that individual is still anonymous. I'm sorry, but something's not adding up.
These boys been into boating ever since they were younger. If I'm not mistaken, one of the boys' grandfathers owned one of the boating companies. What in the hell makes you think that they don't know somebody that's a park ranger? They all know each other. When I say that they all connected, I don't just be saying that shit. They are really connected. Oh, you got something going on? Hold on, let me call my buddy. They all connected, bro. They are not going to try and get no real answers for Nolan Wells. And this is why so much time has been going by without nobody coming out speaking. They lawyered up. They got lawyers and shit all in their fam, judges and all of that shit. Them people ain't trying to get no answers, bruh. Who is these other people? Eli Jacks, Eric Alcantara, Morgan. People only be speaking about Wyatt, Katie, Warren, and Bart. Who the hell is Eli Jacks and Eric and Morgan? I think I heard Morgan though.
The state's autopsy is complete, but it's being kept secret. Isn't an autopsy a public document?
Is there trauma to the body? Is there something that happened?
That's what the family is saying. They don't believe he died by accident. That's the reason why Nolan Wells' mom is saying, I don't believe this.
Why is it being kept hidden from us, the public? What is in that autopsy, the first autopsy of Nolan Wells?
Her theory has always been that he did not drown. Her theory has always been that there's something wrong with this picture. There are additional questions that needs to be asked.
Katie, girl, you had me fooled. I really thought that them receipts was really gonna help you, but you had us all fooled. Girl, ain't this you? Hold on. But Katie, on that boat, girl, ain't this you too?
Damn.
And ain't that you and your friend girl when you was hugging the girl, hugging her? That's you and her on Bart's boat. And then this is you too, Katie, on that boat that them thugs allegedly gave to Rayson Tatum and said that was proof that it was the video when they were sinking, right? Same bathing suit, same hat. Girl, you've been lying to us. So it's you and old girl's voice on that. I'm going to at Ben Crump and Miss Christine because you probably been lying to them too. I mean, we know there's a grown woman on there too. But girl, you lied. You lied. So which one you want to do? Do you want to be like the people on the 48 Hours say, do you want to be a witness? Or do you want to be a suspect? Girl, you've been lying this whole time. Ooh. Oh, also, you knew that they've been spelling your name wrong because your name isn't Katie McCormick. It's Katie McCormack. Y'all didn't catch that either. But anyways, girl, you better make up your mind on which side you want to be on, because them is not your friends. They not.
I know that Christine and Nolan's father are good people because they ain't got to explain a goddamn thing to y'all. They don't got to explain how they grieving. They don't have to explain how they're responding. They don't have to explain Nathaniel. They lost their child. They are the people who are victims in a situation no matter how their child was lost. So them seeking answers and wanting to know what happened to their child is what any good parent would do. Wanting them not to ask questions and not to seek justice for their child who is no longer here is what makes you all bad parents. Because if you think for 1 second that a parent shouldn't be trying to cross every T and dot every I in the case of their child's death, you're confused. You're confused. These are clearly parents who love their children. Because anyone who would just sit down and take what is happening and be railroaded and not ask questions about their child's death is not a parent who is loving their child. And honestly, the level of strength that it takes for them to be able to do that while grieving their child is incredible. So I just want y'all to know that I'm already knowing that they good people, because I would have been cussed y'all asses out.
Triton that was under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs. I'm letting you know right now, the Triton is the boat everybody wanted to be on, because the boys' boat that rhymes with the name Smart is where everything went down. In this video alone, we see them all board you know whose boat. They never get on the Triton because the Triton is a $50,000 boat that the parents took. The kids were on the mother kiddie boat. Remember how they all boarded up and left? On the little baby kiddie boat, the Triton didn't move when they were on it. No one ever has a video or picture of them boarding the Triton. Like, that's why they keep saying Nolan was never on the Triton, because they never used the Triton for the 18-year-old antics. They were all on the other boat. Oh, and in these videos where we see everything going down, from the argument, the boys playing and jumping the fuck around, there are at least 4 boats that are in every motherfucking scene, and there are 2 adults on every boat, i.e. this one, the Sea Hunt. They are seen on this boat that says Garmin at the top. They are seen partying on the mysterious dead Katie's boat, whatever. They are also seen on this boat called the Palm Beach. This video came from a user on Facebook that recorded everything, and I'm telling you, this area that they were all in, all of these boats, as you can see, the Sea Hut, the Palm Beach, and the big Garmin boat.
All we do is gotta be patient. There is more to come out. Telling you.
They were on were all secluded and tied off with something like fishing wire, because this was their specific area for the day. This also included this boat, which was a blue boat that just so happens to have someone called Dr. Detail on it. I'll get to that later. I am telling you, the kids were not allowed on the grown folks boat, and there are so many different videos with grown folks in them. These are not your normal grown folks, and they strategically, all of them, have no posts from the 4th. And we know now, because of Officer Tatum, someone was actively going around that was an adult selling blow.
Service Sam here for Nolan Xavier Wells, and I just had a thought. If you're wondering how big this cover-up is, think about all those people on the island. Warren himself said it. There were hundreds of people. Boats were on top of each other. And we only have one video that pans the island for a second, and we supposedly hear that, give my effing phone back. Then Officer Race Tatum posts the pictures of the 7 boys allegedly on the boat, and then there's like a rope that looks like it's being towed, but that looks photoshopped. It looks like a fake rope. And just ask yourself how big this cover-up must be, that all of those kids, all under the age of 21, and there's no video, there's no pictures. Why would the friends delete their social media accounts? Because, of course, they probably took photos and pictures from that day. But you're telling me there's not more than one video that has emerged? There was that other video where they thought they saw Nolan on the boat, that, you know, the real daddy, Lil Daddy Mac.
Was the reason why they hopped on the case so fast was because the adults were on the boat as well. I don't know. It's just a question of mine. Because who was supplying the alcohol beverages? As an investigator, I'm not an investigator, but if I was to investigate, I would go to the stores, the local stores, to see the footage of who was purchasing the alcohol beverages. Almost every local store got cameras. So who was in there purchasing these beverages? I know it's a lot of footage to go through, but the answer is out there, y'all. Also, who was supplying the nose candy? Somebody knows something. Like I said, the answer is going to come out. We just got to keep Nolan Wells' name alive. Got to keep on sharing these videos. Got to keep hyping these videos. I got to keep on making these, showing up every day. And this is what we got to do, y'all. We got to put in the work. Not only that, the first things first, we got to keep the Most High first. Got to keep praying, because it's going to come out. I have faith that this is going to come out. It's going to come out. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.